Hey, to stick with my my commitment to trying to go live more often to the people that I know and love, my friends and family who are actually uh, members of my personal page. So, just wanted to get together and chat a little bit about. I just have all of this going on, all of this interesting stuff going on in the world. Just want to cover a couple different things. First of all, I wanted to check in and see how everybody's doing. I certainly know that there's a lot of anxiety out there. We've got a lot of people who are being driven by fear. And so they're out, buying 6 million rolls of toilet paper and buying up all the canned goods and all the staples, um, as if the world was ending. And the sad part is in a lot of cases, they're spending money that they're going to need, given the fact that there's a little bit of an economic slowdown that hopefully isn't too long. But they're buying a bunch of stuff that they're not going to consume in a timely manner and using resources that they're going to need here shortly. So lots of great stuff going on to try to address it, but it certainly is going to impact. Um, so hoping everybody's doing well, hoping everybody is taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and recognizing that the sky is not falling and the world will not end. Things will be okay. This is the time when you want to reach out to your friends, your families, your loved ones, and you want to connect with them. You want to make sure that they know that you're there, and that you're there for them, and that they're there for you. And even if you have to socially distance, there's so many great tools that you can use to try to stay in touch with them. So, um, next question is, how are you guys doing at social distancing? How's everybody doing at their social distancing? Are you not doing it at all? Are you being careful, but not really changing your habits? Are you being careful and only going out when you have to get something, or are you on full lockdown? Where are you at in the whole process? Are you in full lockdown? Um, I'm probably the second. I work from home mostly, so and even the options where I used to go work in co-working spaces or Starbucks or whatnot, it's not an option. I don't know if the Starbucks near you, but I think it's their policy now. They basically got rid of all the seating, so it's drive-through and pickup only. So there's really no ability to sit there. Libraries and co-working spaces have been hit by not being able to obviously congregate people together. So that's something that's changed. So just curious, what is your level of social distancing? Um, Next item I want to talk about is so who is working from home, and then who unfortunately is impacted to where they can't work. Um, Anybody not able to work? And obviously, if you're catching this not live, please feel free to comment in the comment section so we can kind of see your feedback on these. So first thing is, how's everybody doing? Second is, how would you rate your level of social distancing? And if you want to throw in the why, you may be in the it's all hogwash category. I think most people are moving away from that, but some people still there. You may be in the it's a big deal, but not that big a deal. And then some people are in full the sky is falling panic mode. So which one are you? And the third is who is working from home and who is not able to work, unfortunately. And if you're the ones working from home, what kinds of things are you doing to effectively stay engaged while at home? Because if you're not used to working from home, I know for me, I used to not be, it was really easy to get distracted at home. And so, what are you doing to stay not distracted so that you can zero in on the things you need to do so you can continue to be productive? I think that if you can share those ideas in the comments, you might find that you're able to help some of the other people recognize the things that you do to help you kind of stay plugged in, right? I think for me, it was hard to learn that if I didn't get it done during the time I had set aside, I was just going to end up working into the wee hours of the night to get done what I needed to get done. So it took me a while to kind of recognize, like, take the time that you've specifically got scheduled for work and get that work done, because otherwise, you're going to end up doing it later at night. So then an 8 hour day turns into a 12-hour day, turns into a 15-hour day, right? So, if you're new to working from home, there's some great tools that you can use effectively to kind of help you connect. And even if you're not working from home, some of these tools are great to interact and connect and stay engaged. The first one is Zoom. So Zoom is a great video conferencing tool, and Zoom has a free account you can use. And they used to have a 40 minute cap. They still have the cap, but in the interest of stepping up for the COVID situation, they have taken the 40-minute cap off. So you can quite literally go to www.zoom.us, www.zoom.us, and you can sign up for a free account, and you can have a video chat just with anybody. And they took the 40-minute cap off. So with a free account, you can literally see your grandparents, see your parents. If people are doing social distancing or self quarantining, you can have a very interactive conversation with those people without and see them just like you're able to see me now. So Zoom is stepping up for that. If you're working on any projects between you and more than one person, Trello is a great tool. It's you can create boards, you can have projects on there, links, yeah, attachments, and it's very good to in real time. You can see all the activity on the right hand side that has happened, things that have been added, and then each card has all the activity encompassed in that card. It's very slick. You can sign up for a free account with Trello, and Trello is just a really great tool for project work between more than one person. I use them for my own projects as well, but they're great if now you find that you're on a team and you guys are separated by both your schedule and space. So Trello is another great one. And another great tool that's an app on your phone is Marco Polo. And those of you who are familiar with Marco Polo is great because you can send video snippets, messages back and forth. It's great because you actually get to see the person. It's also great because it's not real time, meaning you don't have to, I mean, you can prepare for what you want to say, then send it, they view it, and then send it back. So some people get a little stressed out when they're either on live video or something like FaceTime, which is also a great tool because you can see them. So it's a little less pressure. So you can send messages back and forth. I also like it because sometimes you just can't text. You just don't have the time to text. You can just send a quick video message, and you can get the emotion and from your face and the tone of your voice. Everything is involved, and it creates a full message. So if you're having conversations with someone maybe who's self quarantined or people who are social distancing, Marco Polo is a great tool for that. WhatsApp also, obviously it's a texting platform, but they also have video and some other aspects that you can do live video chat. And then of course Slack is another great tool for teams to work and back and forth, be able to communicate. So my question for you is, what are your tools, your productivity tools, your must-have tools, both in the home office and on your phone or your iPad or your tablet? What are your must-have? I just covered a couple here. There are a lot of tools that are probably big name tools that people might be familiar with that they use, and some of them might be, smaller, maybe tools that we haven't heard of that you think is just fantastic. If you wouldn't mind sharing those in the comments as well, so that anybody who comes and catches us later can also see about those productivity tools. So again, Zoom, they got rid of their 40-minute cap. So if you need a face-to-face video chat tool while we're going through this situation, jump in and take advantage of that. Get familiar with it. Zoom is a great tool, very stable. Trello for project work, create boards. You can invite people to the boards. You can make them private. You can make them public. Marco Polo for great video messages back and forth. Great tool for that. FaceTime, obviously, is if you have an Apple product, that's the limitation. You got to have an Apple. That's a great tool. WhatsApp has texting and it also has video. And then Slack. So what other tools, what is your favorite tool? What do you use? Please share your thoughts in the comments on what you think are great tools. So then I want to talk about a couple of great stories. So obviously these times bring out the best in people and it can bring out the worst in people. I'd mentioned earlier on, if you're a toilet paper hoarder or if you're a conspiracy theorist or if you're someone who steals personal protection equipment from medical professionals, you're a jerk and don't do it. So there's some of those stories, but there's also some great stories. And there's two I wanted to bring up real quick. One was there's a great story up in the Seattle area. There were 45 volunteers that stepped up to try experimental vaccine. And I mean, fast. And it takes a long time usually to get approval to do a vaccine, and wherever you stand on vaccines, that's a debate for another day. But to have people step up and say that they just want this whole situation to come to an end as quickly as possible, and so I'll put myself on the line to be vaccinated in it with an experimental vaccine, to me shows the best in people, that people are willing to step up and take the risks that are involved. Because obviously, if you're fast tracking a vaccine, I mean, who knows what you could be injecting into your body? Obviously, all the best, expectations are there, but you never know. I mean, if you've ever seen I Am Legend, I mean, the whole premise of that is we raced to get a cancer vaccine out, and suddenly people turned into these crazy creatures, right? I mean, that's a little sci-fi, but that 45 people stepped up quickly, without question, to try to help their fellow man. Uh, you know, bring this to an end was a very heartwarming story. If you haven't looked that up, look that story up about the up in the Washington area, the 45 experimental vaccine volunteers. And then the other one is that all of the distilleries that are stepping up and seeing the need for vaccine for high risk groups, meaning, there are some people who have compromised immune systems and they need things like hand sanitizer a lot more than, maybe the healthy 28-year-old, who has no underlying conditions, who's hoarding, cases of hand sanitizer, somebody who's got a predisposed condition, like they're a cancer survivor, they're currently fighting cancer. There's a multitude of immunocompromised conditions, and these distilleries, they already know how to make alcohol. That's what they do. And so one by one, they all keep stepping up and saying, you know what, we're going to start making some hand sanitizer because there's a shortage, there's a need, and there's a group of people that are immunocompromised, or there's health service providers or organizations that need it. And so they're just, they're doing things like increasing the alcohol content of whatever they make, obviously, because you'll want to have above, I think it's 70%. And then they're adding glycerin and then adding peroxide. And I think that's the World Health Organization sort of cocktail. I don't know what the parts are. And they're creating hand sanitizer. And then the even better part is most of them are not charging for it. They're just taking donations only. But so that kind of stuff, that's where we bring out the best in us. That's the best of who we are, and that's the stuff that's great to see. So I wanted to share a few of those stories. So if you're feeling like the world is getting crazy and what's going on here, and you're feeling the sense of pending doom, stop, take a deep breath, look around you. You have lots of people who are calm, that are collected. You have professionals who are trying to do the things necessary to make sure that everything turns out all right. You have actual leaders doing leadership things and stepping up and making the hard decisions. And blame can be thrown around later, but right now it's a time for action and answers. Anything that is a bit chaotic right now is because of a sense of panic. The underlying aspects of the economy, the underlying aspects of society, all those things are stable. Are there people who are panicking? Yes. Best way to solve that is don't be one of the people who's panicking. Certainly make the decisions you need to make for you and your family. Certainly have a plan. Always have a plan, right? Most people don't plan to fail; they just fail to plan. So always have a plan. You prepare for the worst, hope for the best, but never give up that spirit that while things are tough, it's a great opportunity to sort of hunker down and just and prepare for when all of this craziness is done. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? Whether it's you're concerned about losing your job, what do you do next? Whether it's you have a job, but maybe you don't enjoy it. Maybe this is a time where you get to hunker down and decide, what do you do next? If you have a job, maybe this is the time you get to sort of step back and dial it back. And instead of going 1,000 miles a minute, you get to step back and decide, what do I do next? Don't miss the opportunity to sort of slow down, take stock in the things around you, the people you love, the things you care about, and focus in on what you really want out of your life and plan to go get it. Times like these are sort of a forced time of reflection, a forced time of slowing down, a forced time of introspection. Take advantage of it. While some people are just spinning around and freaking out about what's going to happen, you can certainly spend some time getting focused on having your plan for your family and for you. But don't forget to take time to think about what's next. What do you really want? What do you truly want to do? Maybe you journal. Maybe you use some of the tools we talked about, like Zoom, and start reaching out to the people in your circle, your sphere of influence, that are the bright people that always inspire you. Reach out to those people and start sharing ideas. Maybe you've had this crazy idea to start this thing, or this crazy idea to invent that thing, or maybe this crazy idea to bring this group of people together and do that. Now might be a great time because people are sort of forced to just sort of slow down. Slow down. Great time to reach out to them. Great time to connect. Great time to start that project. And then when things start to get back to normal, strike out and take action. Make it happen. This is the time to do that. So if you're stressing, you're worried, I feel you, my friend. It's a crazy time. But you know what makes me feel confident that we'll be okay? Is there's so many amazing people out there doing amazing things, while there's that small group of people who are just doing whatever they're going to do. And no matter what, there's always going to be that group that does whatever that is that cause you to just be completely confused. But for the most part, people are helping each other. People are looking out for each other. People are caring about each other. So there's some good things there too. So again, hope everyone's doing well. To how would you rate your level of social distancing from I'm not doing anything different, shame on me, or I'm unabashedly proud that I'm not doing anything different, to I'm in full lockdown and everything in between? Where are you? Who's working from home and who unfortunately is not able to work? And then the great tools for productivity at home. We talked about Zoom. They've released their 40-minute limit. So take advantage of that if you haven't, to get familiar with Zoom and to reach out to your friends and family and get them on a Zoom so you can talk to them. You'll see them as clearly as you're seeing me, except you guys are talking back and forth. Marco Polo, great phone app for quick video messages back and forth so you can see each other. FaceTime, obviously you've got an Apple product. It's great. WhatsApp is great because you can do video chatting and chatting. And then, of course, Slack is a great tool, and Trello is a great productivity tool. What is your favorite productivity tool? Please put it in the comments and explain how you're using it and how it might be valuable to other people who are finding themselves in a new environment working from home. And yeah, just remember, we'll get through this. Lots of great stuff happening out there, my friends. Lots of great stuff happening out there. So just wanted to stick with my promise to myself and my promise to the people that I said I would start going live more often, start sharing some thoughts about life, leadership, and just general what's going on. Obviously, these are unprecedented times, but these aren't the end of times. It's just challenging times. So with that, make it a great day, and absolutely do everything you can to make it a great life. If there's any way that I can help you, or you think that I might provide value, feel free to reach out by the many ways that most of you, because this is my personal page, know how to reach me. Feel free to do so. Thinking about you, hoping everybody stays happy, healthy, and most importantly, well loved. All right, my friends, take care, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.